Joining us now, Bloomberg Technology co-host Ed Ludlow, who's in Cupertino, California, for Apple's annual Worldwide Developers Conference. And Apple is now at a record. Is this really about a 3K virtual reality headset thing?
It's all about a mixed reality headset, and it's so interesting. This product, it probably marks the most significant event and foray into a new product category going back to 2014 in the Apple Watch, right? Mixed reality is really important, emphasis on mixed. You look at the third-party data from IDC, and in 2022, fewer than 8 million virtual reality headsets shipped globally, fewer than 300,000 augmented reality headsets shipped globally. This is a combination of both, and as Mark Gurman of Bloomberg News has reported, Apple's hope is to sell 900,000 units in year one. So we want to know about the timeline. When is it going to cost 3,000, and what does that mean for Apple's broader strategy from a software perspective as well?
Ed, any other announcements you're kind of keeping an eye out for there in Cupertino for Apple, and how are they thinking about AI?
Yeah, I mean, those are two big and important questions. WWDC, Worldwide Developers Conference, the first one's back in 1983 in a hotel in San Mateo, right? It's principally and historically been targeted at those developers who are building apps across operating systems, across Apple's hardware offering, right? So we do expect significant OS updates across Watch, for example, and also to find out about the OS for the mixed reality headset. Beyond that, Mark Gurman reporting that we expect a 15-inch MacBook Pro. And, you know, on the AI question, go back to earnings and look at what Tim Cook had to say. From a machine learning perspective and an AI perspective, from neural networks, Apple has integrated that technology throughout its existing offerings. What we don't really see is Apple doing a knee-jerk response and moving into the domain of generative AI, either from a text or image perspective. I think some idea on how it boosts the services offering is something that the street's looking at.
So, Ed, is this about, when you go back to the headset for a second, is this going to be about monetizing existing iPhone sales even more? Is it about the App Store? Is it about sort of bringing developers back in? Like, what's their goal with these headsets?
Yeah, look, the mixed reality headset, what we know from Bloomberg's reporting is that it will support the existing core apps that are already on iOS for iPhone and iPad. Think about the apps that you use in each and every day. The principal concern, at least from the sales side, is like, great, an amazing cutting-edge piece of hardware. Apple probably won't make margin on it because it doesn't want to lose market position or price itself out of the market. What does the content slate look like? What are we going to learn during the presentation about how we watch video, how we game, what games are already in the works, what other functionality? Mark Gurman reporting that a Fitness Plus developing app is in the works to support workouts using AR/VR. Can you imagine that, Alex, doing a workout in AR/VR? But these are big picture questions, because if you don't have the content slate, it could be cool, but you're unlikely to see the consumer enthusiasm if there's nothing you actually can do with your shiny new carbon fiber and aluminum headset.
Yeah, Ed, it's always about it's about the hardware, isn't it? Making sure it's comfortable, that it fits, but the software that combines with it and that proposition. In terms of the competition, is this a shot at Oculus, or is this a very different play?
You know, it's interesting. Go back to that third-party data, IDC 2022. So of the almost 8 million units of VR headsets that shipped, Meta accounted for 82% of those. With Quest, really interesting to note last week, Meta kind of front-running this event and bringing Quest 3 out earlier than expected at a $499 price point. It's a competitive area that Meta already dominates. But again, think about the niches and markets that Apple operates in at the higher end of the market when it comes to the handset. And increasingly, when you think about Mac from a laptop perspective or Mac desktop, the higher end of the market for developers.